Hey YouTube, sorry for making you a bit dizzy, but I wanted to talk quickly about this just really nonsense argument that I've been seeing all over the internet about the fact that you don't need to go to college, or college is a waste of time, or you know you can survive without it. A bunch of rich people are rich and they didn't go to college, all that drama, right? Well, I'm here to show you reality because none of those arguments are based on any facts. Okay? A lot of those arguments are made by young kids or people from privileged backgrounds. And yes, I'm saying privilege. Um, most of these kids have never had to suffer or never had to struggle for anything in their lives. They come from families that provide them with everything. Okay? Here's the reality though. A high school diploma means shit right now. Okay? College is literally your best shot right now at having some sort of decent life or being able to survive. Okay? Now, let's just look at the facts. You have your high school diploma. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna be working for Walmart. You're gonna be working minimum fucking wage. You're gonna be flipping burgers and asking people if they want an extra napkin, which is cool. But you just can't survive on that right now. Look at the trend of society. Cost of living is going up. I mean, you can't survive on $8 or $9 an hour anymore. There was a time when that was possible. That's not today. If you're making 800, a thousand, or 800 to $1,000 a month, which is about where you're going to be at if you have a high school diploma alone, you're going to be struggling. Do you know how much rent is? $500 in a really cheap bad area to over 1,000, depending on where you are. I'd say for a good decent apartment, 5 to 800 is a good budget, and you're probably going to be closer to that 800 figure. How are you going to pay utilities? You still have to pay electricity. You still have to pay for water. You still have to pay for gas if you live in a colder area, and you have to buy food. And if you have a car, you got to put gas in that thing. You can't survive on that. Okay, I mean, let's just be honest here. And if you get a girl pregnant, or if you're a woman and you have kids, you cannot survive on that money, not by itself. Alright? So now to the argument that, well, Steve Jobs didn't go to college and he's rich, Bill Gates didn't go to college and he's rich, and all those arguments. Those arguments are completely stupid. It has nothing to do with not going to college. It has everything to do with the fact that he decided, and those guys decided to pursue entrepreneurship. They decided to be their own bosses, which you can do after you get your college degree. The point is though, you need to get your degree first, because that will at least give you something to fall back on, and it will give you something that you can use to generate income to invest in the business that you want to do. Okay? So, that whole argument about, well, Steve Jobs did it and he's rich. Well, Steve Jobs could have fucked 20 hookers without using a condom and didn't get AIDS. That doesn't mean it's a safe thing to do, or it's a sure thing to do. I'm just saying to people, you need to be smart about stuff. You need to sit down. You need to pick a major that you really, really like, or something that's really interesting to you. Keep that as your number one priority. Is it something that I love? Is it something that I can see myself doing every single day? And then do that. Don't worry too much about the money after, because once you're good at something, you'll get paid for it. Okay? Of course, the best fields to do are, medicine and engineering. But I would caution people, don't pick these majors because you think that you're going to be making a lot of money in them. Reason why? you're not going to be passionate about it. You're not going to want to do it. It's going to become fucking hard, especially in the third and final years. And frankly, people like that who just pick it just for the money are fucking dangerous. Okay? So yeah, don't pick those majors if it's not something that you absolutely love doing and something that you really care about. And the next argument I want to talk about is the argument that, well, I've never used anything that I learned in college. Well, that's because you're an idiot. The truth is, especially if you do an engineering major, you use every single thing you learn in your undergrad. Everything. Every single thing. You do. You just use it. If you're, say, an engineer, you use all of the stuff, the thermal stuff, all that. You have to think about it whenever you design something. Vibration, all that stuff. You have to factor all of those stuff in whenever you design something. So yeah, that's my whole argument. College isn't a waste of time. Now, let's talk about financing. You have a couple options. I mean, we live in the US, and the US is an awesome country because you have your federal student loans, which you're guaranteed to get as long as you're a US citizen or permanent resident. I mean, that's huge right there. Okay? And it's at a much lower interest rate than the predatory banks. Okay? So I'd definitely go through that. Don't sign up for these like ridiculously expensive schools. Make sure you find a university that's accredited. That's very important. That has some good reviews. Take a tour of the campus. Make sure that they have a really good career center that helps you get a job. Okay? Those stuff are really, really, really important. Make sure that they have some support from local companies. For example, school that I go to is sponsored by a major trucking company. So a lot of our graduates end up working there. You want to look out for stuff like that. And the next thing is, like I said, don't put yourself too much in debt. You're going to be in debt either way, but it's an investment. And you have to always look at it that way. Just don't spend, $200,000 on an undergraduate degree. That's stupid. You can get the same degree for like 50 grand. So just be smart, do your research, and don't go out of state to do your degree. A lot of state universities are excellent, and they're cheap. You're looking at paying $1,000 or so per semester. Well, let's say like $3,000 per semester versus paying easily $10,000-$15,000 just because you decided to go to another state for the same major. It's fucking stupid. Alright? So that's all I had to say. Good luck.